Well, good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. I got a bunch of Starbucks cups that I have in the house now, so it's just easier to do the disposable, at least for a short period of time. But, the coffee is good this morning and I need it. Let's see what we got on the channel, shall we?
Welcome to Morning Coffee. Maddog Merv today.
Got our French roast this morning again. No wonder I'm a big fat guy. I mean,
and then
holy
they
cow.
I always had a schmear.
He's probably going for bagels. He's trying to steal.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that?
So for today's shout out, I'm going with History in the Dark. I like history. I like naval history. I like World War II history. I like Pacific War, particularly the Pacific. And right now I'm working on some ships. This was one of the sites that was suggested to me, and he's got some great content on there. So, if you get a chance, check him out. History in the Dark. Well, thank you for the support that you guys gave me on last Monday's show. The Tennessee. So, you guys, most of you already know this, that the Pacific War history is something that really I'm really into. Since I was a kid, Pearl Harbor, see what that is. Pearl Harbor is something that I was always interested in. So, naturally, as a model builder, I want to do Battleship Row. Things weren't available until, 30 years ago. 700 scale would have been fun, but again, about all that was available back in those days was the 720 scale Arizona, the little teeny one, and it was crap. So what else you do? Well, you do the next scale up, which is the 1/426. Not a great kit either, but it was, it was available. And with some modification, I could make an Oklahoma and a Nevada out of it, which I did. Got the idea I wanted to do Battleship Row in this 1/425 scale or 1/426, whatever it is. My friend Chris Allred had done an Arizona and done a really good job with it. He also had built a Vestal in that scale. So woohoo, that I could put that in my battle line. There was an opportunity for me to do a display, and well, I needed to finish up and do the big five. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get them all done, but the cage masts on them wound up being just printed on paper and then rolled. From a distance, they looked okay. I used acrylic sheet, certain thickness, and cut the acrylic sheet to the shapes that I needed to get my ships, and then I built the turrets. So it was really kind of a crude model, but from a distance, it didn't look too bad. I always wanted to redo that in the 1/350th scale, because by that time, the Arizona was out. Shortly after that, then you got the California kit, and a few others started to pop up here and there in 350th. So when the kits became available, I thought that's what I want to do. But at $300 a pop for a kit, those resin kits, it was going to take a while. So I did finally acquire the kits a couple of years ago, the rest of the kits that I needed, and been slowly working on them, because you guys know I do a lot of cars, I do a lot of tanks, do a lot of other things, but really this is one of the big bucket list items for me, is to get Battleship Row done in 350th scale. So I really appreciate the support that video got. I hope that there was something informative in there. You guys know that when I build the ships, there's a lot of really, really good shipbuilders out there that's all they do. And they'll spend a year or 2 years just on one ship I can't do that anymore. So mine aren't quite as detailed. And there's some excellent builds out there. But what you're going to find with mine is accuracy, because I do research mine to the nth degree. Every once in a while, I'll make a mistake, or I'll have to build something, go ahead and build something without all of the information that I need, and I wind up having to make a change. So, fortunately, I think the Tennessee is pretty solid in its colors and configuration that I've got. I've spent a lot of time looking at pictures, and so I think it's good, and I appreciate the support that you folks gave me. Hope you like the A-Team van. That's fun. I was tickled when I had the opportunity to get that. Coming up this week, I'm not sure what we're going to do, because I've got a bunch of different ones. We might do the Black Magic Vega funny car. That's a nice old kit, but we'll see. I got a bunch of others, so there'll be something on the stash this week. For the main show, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. I'm going to do one about one of the local schools, and the reason being is the school district here, Salt Lake School District, had an audit performed, and they were told, you guys are operating some schools with hardly any kids in them. You're wasting taxpayer money. You guys need to get with the program. So the school board, they went ahead and did all the due diligence that they needed to, and came up with that they would close 4 schools. Originally, they were looking up to 6 or even 8 schools, but 6 is what they decided on, and they would redistrict other areas so that other schools could fill up a little bit more. One of the schools is one of the oldest not oldest building, but the school itself. When I say a school, let's say you went to Franklin School back 50 years ago. Well, they rebuilt it 20 years ago, but it's still the Franklin School. It's still the same spot. It's still the same community. Okay, so when I say a school, that's what I mean, is more like the school community. When I say a building, obviously I mean the building. West High School is 130 years old, but the building is 100, just a little over, right on 100 years old. Okay, so there's the distinction. We're going to talk about one of those schools that they've announced that they're going to close. So, that will be coming up tomorrow on Echoes from the Chalkboard. I'm fortunate to be out here today. This heater it's great. This space heater, of course, half of me is warm and my feet are cold, but hey, it works. I'm just very grateful that I have it. It's nice to be able to be out here and enjoy my coffee and do a little bit of work on some of my projects. Because it is more difficult to work down in my little office area. We've had snow, more snow. We get a little break for 12 to 14 hours here and there, and then it snows again. But it's been really, really cold. And when I say really, really cold, I mean it's not that bad. It's upper 20s, low 30s for the high, and teens to 20s for the low, although we are forecast to be down in the single digits here after the weekend is completely over. We have snowstorms lined up, just kind of one after another. We're projecting another foot of snow in the valley here in the next 48 hours. So, shoveling and removing and all that stuff is certainly not fun. Needless to say, I'm driving around in the Blazer, because the Mustang just slides around too much in this slick, and it's slick snow. It isn't necessarily slushy. It's powdery, and it's cold, and it's really slick. So, anyway, the weather here sucks. Let's just put it that way. So, since it sucks, I'm inside working on things in my office, and I am working on currently the USS Pennsylvania. It's the, whose kit is it? It's that, whoever it is. It used to be Trumpeter, then it changed names to another company. I think Hobby Boss is the latest one to make it. I mean, I only got it for like $40. It was cheap, thank goodness. And it's it's kind of a crappy kit, but it's okay. You know, I mean, it's the only game in town, and injection molded in 3/50th scale. And you can get a lot of nice upgrades from Model Monkey. Like, and here's part of the bridge. I mean, beautiful, just beautiful bridge work. You know, gun upgrades, all sorts of stuff. The fighting tops, which I have here as well. The gun directors, they're all really, really good. So I had built mine pretty much as the Arizona, but I never got the photo etch done. I didn't finish it. It was just kind of at a certain point where it was very easy to, okay, we're going to do the Pennsylvania, because I already have an Arizona in resin that is much, much nicer. So with this, I have been working on the bridge because that's the main difference. And there's not a lot of difference, but enough that it's taking me some time to get it done. Now, of note, I'm scratch building and modifying versus sending away to Model Monkey and spending, you know, $50 and poof, I got it, you know, all ready to go. You know, sometimes money is tight. And so sometimes it's easier to just sit here at the desk and modify something than it is to buy it outright. And that's just kind of how it is for me. So that's what I'm working on. The bridge is almost finished. So the ship is starting to take shape. You know, a few weeks and I should be able to complete it and do a show on it. So that's currently what's going on. Other than that, like I said, it's snow, taking care of the kids, and building ships right now. So we're going to, unfortunately, be in the ship. Not unfortunately for you, because I'm loving it. I'm loving this phase. I really enjoy working on these, and that's what modeling's about. They just take so stinking long to get anything done. I'm looking at the California here. You see the Tennessee behind me there. It's at a stopping point now. Yes, there's more that needs to be done, obviously, but it's at a stopping point while I work on the California and bring it up to the same point as that one there. So having a great time and just enjoying modeling, which is what we're supposed to do. All right, folks, well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get a refill on my coffee because it's about gone. It's gone. And you guys will join me tomorrow for the echoes from the chalkboard. God, I can't even think. And you guys have a good week. Take care.